Okay, so this week I'm actually at a different location. I'm not at the Chateau. I've been asked to do some work for somebody. Some people you may recognise. It's Steve and Joe. At the moment, I'm in their barn. This is their barn next to their house. I'm going to take you upstairs and show you what I'm working on this week. So let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to take you up the servants' entrance. These stairs are a little bit steep and scare the hell out of me because there's no railings at the top. It's just a platform and it's very high up. But let's take you inside. Okay, so this is the second floor of Steve and Joe's house. And it's pretty dark in here. But the second floor consists of this large room here, which is what they use as a bedroom, and a little seating area they have in here. There's a lot of walls that need to be raked out and mortared. So these are all the walls that I'm going to be working on this week. And the area I've actually been working on for the first 3 days is the bathroom in here. And I finished the bathroom now. So this is where the bath normally is, down here. I've done the wall above the bath, and I've also done this wall here. This has only just been finished today. So this will all take quite a long time to go off, and you'll see over a period of time. I'll come back in a couple of weeks and do another video just to see how it's looking. But the mortar between the stones will get a lot paler. It will go to a creamy colour, beigey colour.
Now, Joe and Steve haven't seen this finished bathroom yet. I just want to quickly give you a clip of what happened when I first come to view the areas that they wanted work done on.
Yeah, so in here, particularly this wall, we want more stone showing, but not as much as you've got at your place. So it's not it round each individual stone. We want it like that one showing, that one showing, that one showing, that one showing, that one showing. So it's more render and the odd stone, but more than the odd stone, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
it's just picking out the nice looking ones. Like a big one, then a little one, and then perhaps that one, then that one, then perhaps that one. But so, does that make sense?
It does make sense. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because of the way mortar goes and whether, there may be a big stone it's actually sticking in. So say you wanted this one,
Yeah.
you couldn't have it without having this one.
Yeah.
Because your mortar otherwise you're going to have a ridge and it doesn't look natural. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one would be fine, and that one next to it you could have. So it might be better, but the problem is as well is we're going to have to.
Well, it all needs. Is this fixing really? There's a lot of loose bits.
Well, that will all have to come out.
Yeah. Okay.
Around it.
Yeah, but it's just.
So it might be me sort of coming in and saying to you, right, you tell me what ones you want.
Yeah.
We'll put a cross on them with a bit of chalk.
Yeah.
And if I can keep them, I can. If not, then it'll be something
that's
similar.
Fine.
Do you know what I mean?
It's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So a sort of similar thing for that wall, if it's possible, because there's a lot more gaps. So I don't really know how it works. So obviously bowing to your greater knowledge. More
exactly the same thing. It depends on whether they stick out, whether they sit back. If they sit back, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have them showing, obviously.
No. Okay.
But you also have quite straight walls. Like, do you know what I mean?
They're not too bad. Yeah, they're not too bad.
As you can see, Joe and Steve had quite a specific vision for their bathroom. So let's see if the work I've done on it lives up to expectation.
Ooh, wow. That looks amazing. Oh, I can't believe it. Look at that. Oh, it looks gorgeous.
You like?
Oh, absolutely love it. It's absolutely perfect.
It's a bit more stone than you wanted, but...
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, because that picture that Steve had on his laptop?
Yeah.
That's what we had in mind.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you said, oh, that's more than a bit of stone, and I thought, right, what you mean. So then I thought, oh well, it doesn't really matter, but that is just perfect. That's exactly what we were after.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So once it's gone off over a few weeks, we'll get a lot lighter and...
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. It's really gorgeous, isn't it?
Love it.
I've always loved bits of stone showing like that. I've never had it in a house before, so it's just brilliant. Absolutely gorgeous. Well
Cool.
done!
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, it's absolutely great. Really, really good. Just absolutely perfect.
She's good, isn't she?
She's very good. You can come again.
Thank you. Well, I have to because I've got another room to do.
That was a relief.
I was really, really nervous about doing this job. As you know, we've run out of money, renovation money at the Chateau. And Steve and Joe asked me if I would do this work for them. That's 50 square metres of mortaring of walls in the spaces that they want done. In France, we've been informed by a builder that the charge is about €100 per square metre. So that would have cost them £5,000 had they gone to a builder. Now, they have about £1,500 worth of materials that we need to be able to put our flooring at the piggeries. So we've done a deal. I'm going to do the 50 square metres for them and they're going to give us the materials we need to be able to do the floor in the piggeries. Yes! So I predict the whole space will take me, I think, about 10 days. Finished in 10 days. That's brushing back, doing everything, raking out, mortaring, brushing back. So yeah, it's 10 days away from the Chateau, but without the materials to be able to do the floor, we've kind of come to a standstill. There are some bits that we could be getting on with, but as far as the piggeries go, we need to get that floor in. So this will enable us to be able to do that. So it's really exciting, it's really good. Now I've done 3 days here already. I've finished the bathroom. I'm starting today is my third day. I'm prepping the outside big space, which I'll do a bit of a time lapse on. But yeah, I'm pleased with the way it's going. I was so nervous, so nervous.
So while Lesa's at work, there's not a lot I can be getting on with in the piggery area because I haven't got any money to go out and buy anything, and so we've dug it all out, we've done all that, we've done absolutely everything we can do, but now we need materials to actually complete the job or to put the floor in. However, the good thing is she's got a private party at the weekend, and that's going to generate a bit of cash, which is really nice. So the restaurant is not open, as you know, well know, and subsequently we did say that we were going to do, possibly Lesa was going to do private parties of 10 or more, and we've got 11 people coming. The only problem with that is that our little tables that I made, and you may well have seen those 4 two-seater tables that I made, she doesn't like pushing them together because of the gaps and all this sort of thing. So she wants me to make her another table. This is the downside. The downside of that is that it is a big table. For 11 people, it's going to be about 3 metres long. So I've been to my local wood yard, to our sawmill, and I've purchased some rather wet because it always is rather wet. Big old boards like these are 3.6 metres long, so these are too long, but it's good because I can take bits out and join everything together. This stuff, if I'd have bought this out of anywhere else, I don't know what it would have been. I think it would have been the best part of 100 plus euros. To make the tabletop ain't cost me less than 40, ain't cost me more than 40. So that's a good thing. And because I have a good relationship with our local sawmill, he loves me so much because I will never pay what he asked me to pay. I'll always barter. And he always, literally, as I walked in today, he went, "What do you want?" So that's the relationship we have. It's a bit love-hate. The wood is Douglas fir. As you see, they're really lovely bits of wood, but they are a bit wet. So I'm not expecting it to stay in this form. As it gets in that tea room nice and warm, it's going to move, it's going to do this, it's going to crack. However, it's going to be a rustic table because that's the thing. It's going to be dressed. Table's going to be dressed anyway. So it's just the fact of having a lovely big table that our guests can enjoy, have a bit of room. So we're going to make that. So we go and do it. Right, so this is the tabletop. And as you see, it's rather vast. It's not, I've yet to dimension the boards down, so it's the shorter of the two boards, of the four boards I should say, are around about what I want. I want 3 metres, these are 3.1, these are 3.6. So I've got to cut these all straight, clean up all the edges, run it over with a sander so they're reasonable. That's all it needs to be. And then because I think the table's going to be dressed anyway, it is going to be very heavy, very big, but we see how fast we can do it. Done. Right, that's the tabletop. This is obviously the underside of it. I've braced it there. Glued it all together. That's all it really is. I might give it a quick sand over on the top just to take all the nasties off. This is what I'm doing at the moment, just sanding the edges so there's no nasties if people touch the underside. It will have a tablecloth on it, so they shouldn't take any notice of it. It's incredibly heavy. I've just got to put some bracing in the middle, and then so what I've done here is I've made holes, hand holes, because otherwise how are you going to pick it up? You're going to pick it up, trying to pick it up on the edge. So at least you've got something to grab onto, and hopefully me and Lesa can walk it into the tea room. My biggest problem at the moment is because it's so heavy, whether it collapses my legs. But yeah, that's it, done, job done, tabletop done.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic, baby. Beautiful. And when you think in the medieval barn, if we've got loads of tables like this,
Yeah.
we have benches down one side, tables down the other, I think it would be amazing. Well done. How much did this cost?
The wood was about 40 euros.
Wow.
Everything else I had. So the legs are made out of effectively pallet wood. Not very special, but it's substantial enough. And then you made this lovely tablecloth out of material we found upstairs. It's quite interesting being the head of the table now. Head of the table. So this material, if anybody recognises this, this was when we first moved in. This was all over the walls in the tea room here.
Yeah.
Stapled to the walls to hide all the pipe work and the electricity. So I know that's a bit dark, but it is dark in here, so just deal with it. Don't write to us, just deal with it. Yeah, you see, look at that.
So with Ted's fabulous table, we was able to cater for our party and have a wonderful time. So after one day off of cooking and hosting a party, it was back to work at Steve and Joe's.
Okay, so I'm back at Steve and Joe's, and I say I'm back at Steve and Joe's. I've actually been here for 3 weeks now. This is my 17th day, and I predict that it will probably take me at least 2 more, perhaps 2.5 days to finish this project. It's taken me a lot longer than I expected. I told Steve and Joe I thought it would take about 10 days. What I didn't take into consideration was the amount of time it would take going up and down the scaffolding and the stairs. Now, I do apologise for the light at the moment and what you can see up here, but it is because I'm up in the eaves on the scaffolding. Now, what I've calculated is the fact that I work on average a 7-hour day, sometimes 8, but mainly 7-hour day, non-stop, no lunch breakers. During that 7-hour day, I normally do about 4 mixes in the mixer. It takes 20 minutes to do a mix, to make sure the mix is all done properly. It also takes me 5 minutes to get down the scaffolding, down the stairs, get a new tray of mix, get it back up and up onto the scaffolding. Now, 4 trays equals a mix. So when you look at the time scale, just for the mixes, it takes me 1 hour and 20 minutes. 5 minutes per tray, per 4 mixes, that's another hour and 20 minutes. That's a lot of time out of my day. That's nearly 40% of my day is used up just going up and down, collecting the muck that I need for the job. So you can understand why a lot of people do this in pairs. One person mixing, one person doing the mortaring. So today, bless his heart, my lovely husband, Ted, has come to help me. He's been the one going up and down the stairs doing the mixes for me, and I've been the one putting it on the wall. Haven't you, baby?
Hello.
Have you enjoyed working with me, baby?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's good because, you know, I don't mind doing the grunt work, as it were. And it, you know, it does make sense to have somebody down below bringing stuff up to you, because you do, you know, crack on a lot quicker, because you're doing the bit that's the important bit, and you know, things like going to find a stone to fill in the gaps. It's always really difficult because you've got to come down, look, you know, all that, and that takes up all the time. So yeah, but if you're all up here and I can bring you stuff, then it makes sense.
It
so
certainly
let's
does.
do that. So another day of that.
So, hopefully, a couple more days and I'll be finished this project and we'll be back to the chateau. So let's just give you a quick update on what has happened so far. So far, obviously, we've got the bathroom finished. That's drying out really nicely. We have the back wall completely finished. We have the side walls. We have... actually, this wall that I'm going to show you now, I'm really proud of, because I think it just looks absolutely stunning. And once the mortar dries out, I think it will look beautiful. What we've done on this wall is just picked out the biggest stones and covered all the other smaller stones over. I really like it. I might actually use that technique in the chateau on my next wall. So the last wall is this big apex wall. up on the scaffolding again, and Steve has very kindly erected this very wide scaffolding to make me feel really comfortable up here, and it is a really good piece of kit. Yeah, so let's crack on. More work, more watering. Oh, don't forget, if you're interested in how to do this process of mortaring, don't forget we are doing a course in April. It's the last 2 weeks of April's Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday you must commit to. If you want to stay on longer and do a bit more, you can, but the last 2 weeks, please check out the Facebook page because the mortaring course will be going up there. We've got quite a few people booked in already, so we've only got a few spaces left. But if you'd like to come over and check out how to do the mortaring, Monday is how to do all the mixing, preparing, Tuesday is mortaring, Wednesday is brushing back. So you'll get to do the whole process and actually do it yourselves. We provide all the equipment. So yeah, if you fancy it, come along. Anyway, better get on with work. See you soon. So finally, I have finished Joe and Steve's room. You saw the bathroom that I did in 3 days. Well, today is my 19th day. It's taken me a lot longer than expected, and we spoke before about why I think that is. Keep going up and down the stairs, up and down the scaffolding. But there's some other things as well, is attention to detail. And that's the great thing about mortaring, that you can put a lot more attention into it. It's things like mod cons. We all want our mod cons, but we don't want them in our face. So being able to hide all of the cabling, inset the plug sockets into the wall and being able to hide any of that, so you've got no conduit everywhere. It just makes it look neat and tidy, and it means that all of those cables are behind the wall. They're set inside, they're in conduit in the wall, but that takes a bit of time, drilling out the wall, making sure you've got the right area for the cables to be able to hide behind, filling in. Also, down to the floor. If you see here, Steve and Joe, around the outsides of their room, had big gaps between their floorboards and the edge of the wall. I've been able to fill that in with mortar because mortar is a flexible product. We can make that look like it just flows into the floorboards, which makes it look so much neater and nicer. Around the windows, Joe and Steve had a lot of windows and doorways that had breeze block, because obviously this is a newer property than myself and Ted's, but it's still a very old property, a couple of 100 years old. And where they've done repairs in it and put these new windows in, they had breeze blocks. It's not very nice. So I've rendered round it, but they're moulded the corners to make them look rounded, so it looks like there's stone behind there. It completely eradicates any sign of horrible breeze block. We have left out some of the brickwork just to make a little nice variability into the mortaring, the render. I'm really pleased with it. We've done the same with the fireplace here. With the fireplace, obviously it was brick. Previously, the owners had mortared it and half had come off. We didn't want this wall to look brand new, like it had been newly done. And if we'd have taken all the render off and cleaned back all the brick, it would have looked new. If we'd have rendered the whole thing, it would look completely different to the rest of the room. This way, it looks like it's been rendered and that naturally parts of that render has fallen off and revealed the brickwork, but it's actually all been newly rendered. Now also, you'll see here, up on the fireplace is a good place to show you, because Joe and Steve won't actually be able to see the finished product of this room for quite a few weeks to come, because mortar takes a long time to dry out, and as it dries out it gets lighter and lighter. So at the moment there are areas that are quite beigey, greyy colouring, but you'll see on the fireplace here it shows you what it will be like, because where we've rendered the left hand side of the fireplace it's quite thinly applied. You'll see it's drying out a lot quicker than other areas. So that is going quite creamy and very pale. That is how the rest of the mortar will become over time. The windows, Steve has made all of these windows to go in all of the little nooks. And as you can see, we have little nooks everywhere. Jo loves her frou-frou. She loves her candles. So these little nooks, she'll be able to put her candles in. And then the ones that go right the way through, Steve has made a window for, and then I've been able to mortar it into place. And it looks fabulous. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really chuffed with the way the rooms come out. I just hope that Steve and Jo are. And yes, it's taken me a lot longer than expected, but those finishing little touches, I think, make a big difference. Yeah. It's been a good bit of work, and at the end of the day, the reason for me being here doing this is so that we get the materials to be able to do the floor in the piggeries. And you saw us doing that last week. So this is a bit of a roundabout because I was hoping to finish this room before we did the floor, but we didn't. So you now get what I've been doing in the meantime. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll do some befores and afters now because I know people do love their befores and afters. So, yeah, check out the befores and afters. So if any of you want to continue watching Jo and Steve with the progress they make on their cottage, then please go over to their YouTube channel. It's Of France and England, Will We Succeed? And you'll be able to continue to follow their journey throughout, just like you do us. Anyway, next week, we'll be back to the Chateau and on with more renovations of the piggeries. We'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye.
We'd like to say a big thank you this week to all the people who've donated to the Buy a Tile campaign. Tracy Bell,
Joanne Maynard,
Elsa Adkin,
William Adkin,
Molly Adkin,
Elfie Adkin,
Craig Andrews,
Kirsty Whiffen,
Catherine Rogers-Hartley,
Gareth Crowe,
Karen Woodrow,
Justin,
Mallory,
Whitney,
Eric,
Tom,
Hannah,
Griffin,
Xander,
Andy Boyd,
Kim Ward,
Michelle,
Graham and Miranda Eldridge,
Leslie Eddens,
Myra Rue,
and Sherry Sharp.
Sherry.
Thank you all so much for your contributions. It goes a long, long way.
Thank you, everyone. So we'd like to thank all of our patrons, but a special thanks to
Martin and Doreen,
Carrie,
Monique,
Alison,
Katrina,
Richard and Debbie,
Seren and Vida,
Kimberly,
Julie,
Julie,
Graham,
Paul,
Kelly,
and Sandy.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much for what you do for us. Cheers. See you next week.